looking at the word today, I'm trusting that my speech will really resonate with you. President Kennedy. President Kennedy addressed the American people with his inaugural speech on January the 20th, 1961, which included one of his most famous and memorable statements. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and great guests. What inspiring words they were, especially in those days of uncertainty and turmoil. I know, because I heard that speech on that day and have never forgotten it, and have aimed to help others in whatever way I can. How many of you do volunteering? Even if you do not volunteer in an official capacity, I'm pretty sure you help others. Should a situation arise, you plunge yourself into the cause. It might be for illness of a friend or family, taking an elderly neighbour shopping, or just helping out because a babysitter hadn't turned up. Volunteering. We have all volunteered. We learned from our word of the day, volunteering, only a few weeks ago. We give of ourselves. Our services are free, gratis, voluntary, without payment. We may not fully appreciate it, but by just helping out, even on a school field trip, working on or taking part in charity fundraising events, helping at your local spiritual house, at hospices, your municipal city or town, our own Toastmasters Club. That is all volunteering. Volunteering helps hugely for these establishments to continue, which in turn means that every citizen in some way or another benefits, and ultimately the country has benefited. Believe me, without all this wonderful volunteering, many essential and social services would either cease to be or drastically reduced. The country and each of us would be the poorer for it. President Kennedy's words are all embracing. They mean for your country, for your fellow men. We all derive the benefit from any volunteering made in whatever walk of life we step. Currently, my main volunteering is at Mackenzie Hospital. I'm also one of their brand ambassadors, explaining the recent name change from York Central and about the new Vaughan Hospital being planned over the next 5 years. I also man their store for Richmond Hill Heritage Day and other locations and carry out fundraising activities for the good of the hospital. My first job as volunteer was in the front lobby as escort, taking visitors and patients to their required location and delivering interdepartmental items. When the newly constructed D-Wing was opened a little over 5 years ago, I started duty in the emergency room as a greeter, meaning showing those that needed emergency treatment where to wait for the triage nurse and directing visitors to where they would find the admitted patient in the ER. Of course, being an emergency room, anything and everything can occur concerning medical situations or otherwise. But whatever it is best not to be too squeamish or surprised, and always, always keep one's cool. A few months later, when the new IC unit on the 5th floor was opened, I also took a voluntary job there. Unlike the previous overcrowded facility, the current ICU affords each patient with complete private facilities and a dedicated nurse. I don't have much actual contact with the patients, as most are very ill and often under sedation. My job is to greet visitors, asking to whom they wish to visit, and then I check with the nurse. Should the nurse be attending to the patient, or the doctor is doing his rounds, then I ask the visitor to take a seat until clearance is given. Because of the very nature of the ICU, one needs to be ultra-sensitive to the visitor. The hospital acknowledges and appreciates their volunteers. I received Rookie of the Year award, my second year recognition, and last year received my 5-year service pin. And the very special Outstanding Service Award. Only 3 of these are awarded each year out of 900 volunteers. That was an extremely humbling moment for me. Volunteering is so rewarding, giving of yourself, giving back to the community, our town, our country. If from amongst the many people I assist each shift, I'm able to help even one person by solving a concern or a special need because I was on duty that day, to be able to do it, then that indeed is my best reward. If you wish to make a difference, to become a volunteer, then there are countless thousands of volunteer opportunities to suit all your own needs in every type of charitable, social, community and political organization just waiting for your call or help. From just a few hours to as much as time you like to give. Look in your telephone directories, libraries, by word of mouth. The list is endless. The choice is yours. In President Kennedy's words, ask what you can do for your country. So get out there, get going, go volunteering. Mr. Justice.